how to make your Facebook ads work once and for all. I'm going to give you the roadmap because, to be honest with you, things in 2025 have changed dramatically. I'm not sure if you were able to see it. I'm not sure if you understand what's happening, but here I'm going to give it to you in a very, very simple way because I truly believe Facebook ads will become much easier for you once you understand this. Before I get started, I want to talk about something extremely, extremely important, something that nobody is talking about. So let me share my screen. And I'm going to get started. We're going to address the elephant in the room. And it won't be great for most of you, but I owe this to you. I have to share the truth. I have to share the truth for Facebook ads once and for all. And let's get started. Facebook ads are extremely easy when you understand this. And I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I'm going to talk about something that nobody else is talking about. And this is it's going to be an economic lesson. However, if you notice what's happening in the last 3-4 years, we have something called inflation. And inflation translates into Facebook ads quite a lot. And I'm going to just briefly explain you what it is. If you remember back in 2021, prices of decks were half the money. So for like around $3, according to what I discovered on Google search, you can get like some eggs. And in 2023, the egg price almost doubled by 6. So if you go to the store, you get exactly the same product, but you pay more. Exactly more. So what I did, I went into my Facebook ads accounts. I went there and I started like digging the data. I started comparing the years. I compared 2021 to 2022, 2022 to 2023, 2023 to 2024, and so on and so on. And what I discovered is the same thing is happening with Facebook ads. There's something I call advertising inflation. Other gurus will say this is not happening, this is not there because they want to keep selling you courses. However, this is happening. So if you go in your Facebook ads manager, if you test new creatives, if you test new targeting strategies, but nothing seems to work, you're not getting exactly the same return on ad spend, the advertising inflation is the thing to blame for. So it's not your fault, right? It's not your fault. But there are 6 things you can do about dealing with the advertising inflation. So I'm going to share what I discovered according to my ad accounts. The ad accounts that I personally manage, I spent $10 million on ads, even more in the last 8 years. I've been doing this for e-com, digital products, online courses, high ticket lead generation, SaaS. So I was comparing the advertising cost. I was comparing how much I was paying for ads back in 2024 compared to 2025. So the data is like very recent. So what I discovered for my ad accounts, let me know in the comments if this is the case for you. Is that my CPM is up from like half to 100%. So I'm noticing at least 50% on my CPM and on my CPC on all the ad accounts I've opened. And I've managed like very different product prices. So I have products that are selling for like $5. I have products that are selling for like $400. I have like high ticket lead generation agency services that could cost a monthly return of like 5 to 7K. So I took a look at like different markets, and this is the reality. CPM is up 50 to 100%. The way X are up, the way X are double, just the CPM is almost double in my ad accounts this year compared to last year. 2025 period, the first few months to it's not even like the whole month. However, this is something that I just wanted to address. So the silent killer of your ad budget, of your ad campaigns, is definitely the advertising inflation. Why is this happening now? And what can you do to make your campaigns work better? In this video, I'm going to give you the 6 steps that you need to implement to solve your Facebook ads struggles. This video will be extremely important if you have working products, if you had products that were killing it. I'm going to give you some very decent steps, some very, very good steps that will help you resolve a lot of problems in your Facebook ads account. If you're completely new and if you're about to launch Facebook ads, you need to pay attention to this video because I'm going to give you some data from my personal campaigns that will help you put yourself in a better position to run profitable ads in the long run. And this is the reality. So it doesn't matter if you're beginner, if you're super advanced, if you're e-com, digital products, online courses, SaaS. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the truth. So the first thing, when something is not working, a lot of people want to do like the advanced stuff. They want to go into like, I'm not sure, like creating like 150 ad creatives and testing different variations of ads. However, I think right now it's time to understand your product's place in the market. This will be the first step. Understand your product's place in the market. So ask yourself, is your product something people actually want before you start advertising? Or if you're advertising, if you're running ads for your product right now, ask yourself, is this something people still actually want, right? Because maybe in 2023, 2024, people had more money, but in 2025, this will change. This will change. We know the economy is not stable. We know there is like war in Ukraine. We know like prices are skyrocketing. A lot of people are just like letting people go. A lot of big companies are just like pulling like a lot of workforce out of the picture. So do people still want your product at the price they're at, right? Is your offer something people will still pay money for? Because think about it. Right now, I don't care the market you're in. I don't care what you sell, to whom you sell it. You need to understand that people's time and money is scarce. People don't want to buy another product. People don't want to pay money for another service. People don't want to do that. So how can you make your offer more valuable? And I'm really going to answer this question in step number 6. In step number 6, I'm going to give you the ugly truth. So watch till the end to understand what I have to say about this. So a lot of times, like, your product won't be the right fit for the market, and a lot of people in the startup environment know this. Like in the startup space, a lot of people will say product to market fit. Is there product to market fit? For example, Instagram started as a check-in service, but they transitioned to a photo sharing app and they became a market leader, right? So probably if Instagram stuck to, let's say, check-in app, we would never know about it. We would never go on Instagram. We wouldn't talk to Instagram. However, Instagram is something completely different. So do you still keep on going with the same products you have, or slightly change the offering? So what I'm gonna say here, make sure you make your offer more compelling. If you're into like digital, let's say digital products, you can simply add more bonuses. Make the bonuses more interesting. If you're in like e-com, what you can do to make your offer more compelling, maybe add a PDF download that goes with your products. If you're selling like glasses, add a 11-page PDF that people can follow to like remain with like a better eye vision. So do something more, give more value, and people will give you money back. This will make your offer more desirable and more unique. If you're in the e-com space, there's a lot you can do. If you're in the lead generation, there's a lot you can do as well. For example, if you're in lead generation and if you sell like a service and your service offers the results for like, let's say you're selling search engine optimization and your service offers the results in like 11 months, you can shorten this to 6 months. What needs to happen? What needs to happen to give the results quickly? Can you reduce the pain that people have when buying their product, when buying your product? For example, can you save time? Can you save the money? What can you do to increase your offer, right? So the best thing you could do that. One of the best things would be to keep asking your customers what they like or what they don't like. So different markets will have different way to communicate it. But what I like doing as a general note, I like going on Amazon.com and I like reading the reviews to a related product. For example, if I'm selling like keyboards for computers, what I like doing, I'm just gonna pick the best like reviewed product. I'm gonna open the product and I'm gonna go to the reviews and I'm gonna start reviewing this section. And this will give me like a good understanding of what people like about keyboards in general, but also it will give me a very good understanding of what people don't like. So I'm gonna read the 1-star reviews. I won't sign into Amazon to show that, but just by reading the reviews, you're gonna get an amazing idea of what the market wants. You understand what people actually want, and this is what you need to know before creating a new offer, launching a new product. You need to ask yourself: is what I'm offering a desirable? Will people like spend time and money to use my product, to use my service? So start from there. If people like aren't like in love with this product, maybe you can change it up. Maybe you can like shift it. Maybe you can shift like the big promise. So I'm gonna show you this. Now let's say every product has a big promise. So I'm gonna write big promise here. I'm gonna make it bigger. So every product could have a big promise, and this big promise can change, right? And here I'm gonna give you the idea about, like, let's say selling a shampoo. Oh, you're selling a shampoo, and this shampoo can have like different big promises. Like the first promise could be, right, make your hair look thicker, right? So maybe like the first big promise is like great volume in 30 days. So this is the first big promise. And here the market for this is, let's say, it's let's say females from 40 to let's say 35 to 45. So this is the market. This is the market that you're after. So let me take this and let me get it. And this is how you shift the desire, right? So market is like woman, 35, 45. So it's gonna be the same product, but I'm gonna show you how you can expand. If you're just like one product company, this is what you need to do. The next benefit that this product could have, the next big promise that you could offer, because this shampoo will have like a lot of ingredients. It will have guar gum, xanthan gum, basil, like extract from like nuts or whatever. So it's gonna have like benefits and it's gonna have different ingredients, and different ingredients will have different benefits. So what you can do is you can do like another big promise, and another big promise will be like hair loss prevention, right? Hair loss prevention. And here the market for the hair loss prevention will be completely different. It's not like woman 35, 45. It's men over 40, right? And here you're tapping into different new markets. If you shift the big promise of the product, and you open new markets. However, if you're really professional, you need to start thinking about the market. Start thinking about the market. Like, and for example, a great market from what I know, from what I see, is woman over like 45, maybe like 45, maybe like 55, because these women, they already have money. They have successful careers. So what's the big promise you could make to them so you can sell the shampoo? Like, and here we start with the market. We don't start with a big promise, right? So there are like a lot of ways you can do it. I cannot say if there is like a right or wrong way to do it. However, what will be the big promise you can make this woman to buy your product, right? And so I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it. So maybe this woman wanna get this shampoo as a gift to their husband, right? And so the promise is here, save your husband hair. It could be something else, of course, but we're shifting through different markets. Based on the big promise and based on the market. For example, if you want to sell this shampoo to teenagers, what will be the big promise? The big promise might be like shiny hair, might be like great volume, might be like something else, something this market cares about. So understand your product to market fit. Start with the market and then brainstorm the big promise. So once you brainstorm the big promise, you have a lot of creative ideas for ad copy. For example, if you're selling to women 45 and above, it would be save your husband's hair. It could be like gift ideas for your husband that they won't like but they need, and you can get like very, very creative. And from here, you're just gonna get a lot of creativity. And for example, once you test these markets, different markets will have like different conversion rate. For example, it's gonna be the same product, different market, different promise. And if you're really professional and if you're in this for the long term, what you need to take a look, you need to look at the ROAS, the return on ad spend each market has, right? ROAS, return on ad spend. How much money are you putting on these markets, on these promises, and how much money are you getting back? And this will be the same for like lead generation. It will be the same for like high ticket. It will be the same for let's say SaaS. And I can give you like a software example. I can give you like lead generation example. I can give you online course example. But the idea will be different. Now let's try to make the big promise for like big promise for a service. Let's say you sell a service, and your service is an agency service. Service is an agency. So basically, what you sell is, let's do agency. Let's find elements. Let's find something that looks like an agency. And let me go back. What looks like an agency? Yeah, so you have an agency service, and you're trying to sell this agency service. And the agency service is like search engine optimization. And the search engine optimization could have like a lot of benefits, right? Your big promise could be the number one result on Google, right? So number one result on Google, right? Which a lot of people are doing right now. So can you think of a big promise that is more compelling, right? Maybe right now AI is pretty promising. So what you could say is become the number one result on ChatGPT, like ChatGPT. If you can do that, it's like a completely different agency, I know. However, it's something that people will pay money. Something there is like demand. Also, when you do that, what we want to do, we want to take a look at trends. Because trends are extremely important. And if you hit the right trend, there is like unlimited amount. So here, just by making the big promise, make your website number one on Google, make your number one on ChatGPT, what's the market that will have the most money? And that will be the easiest for you to deliver to. So here, the market might be like, for example, car dealerships, right? The market could be like real estate agents, and you can like just like change it and test different markets. But this is the framework that I use when I create when I try to sell a product. Some products won't sell. However, if you use this framework, you'll be able to sell the majority of the products. I don't say it's going to be easy. For sure, it's going to take some time to find a market that will pay for your product. You need to have some patience. You need to have a lot of money to test on ads. So this is definitely something that's not easy. But if you figure this out, if you figure out how to do this, there is a lot of money to be made with this approach. So this is the first step. This is the first step. Understand your product's place in the market. Understand your product's place in the market, and think of strategies on how to shift it so you can make it like more compelling, more attractive to your future audience. And this will be the first step. But the first step, even if you do this great, even if you do like, if you have the perfect product, if it's like well positioned in the market, you need to like set realistic goals for your ads. And I'm gonna give you like a real quick scenario, right? When you before you like launch a product, or before you recreate your offer, or if you wanna become profitable with ads, I believe a lot of people are lying to themselves, right? I gave you the example about X becoming more and more expensive. The same thing is happening with your CPM, with your CPC. There is something I call the advertising inflation, and there are a lot of people noticing it. If you go on Reddit, every second post is like, my ads are trash, my CPM is way too high, my CPC is way. So be honest with yourself when planning your cost per purchase, when planning at what stage are we profitable. So when you sit at the table with your team, and when you're like drinking your coffee at the morning, you need to be honest with yourself. How much will be the cost per result, the cost per goal, the cost per purchase, the cost per lead, the cost per booked appointment to be profitable? If you say like, so if you think you'll be able to get $11 cost per purchase in the USA, it's most likely it won't happen. Most likely it's going to be very, very difficult to happen. If you think you're going to get a cost per lead of $5 in the USA, most likely it won't happen unless you do something hyper creative, unless you have an audience. If you don't have an audience, if you're going straight to cold traffic, if you don't have like an extremely good product, this thing won't happen. This thing won't happen. Earlier, I gave like how my CPM increased with 50% and how a lot of people are noticing the advertising inflation on Facebook. So I'm gonna show you like the scenario that you need to run before launching new products. So you need to set realistic goals for your ads. So this will be the product price. You're selling a $50 product. The same will apply with like $5,000, with $500. I'm just doing 50 because the numbers are much easier to like read, right? So the first case, the scenario is here. Is this: you have a product price that is $50 and a net budget is $1,000. So I'm gonna do a comparison. What's gonna happen if CPM is $10, and what's gonna happen if CPM is $15? What's happening with your cost per result? What's happening with your cost per purchase? The same will apply with like cost per lead. So if we spend $1,000 at a CPM of $10, you're gonna get 100,000 impressions. Assume click-through rate will be like 1%, which is like average. It's not too bad. It's not too good. I suggest you aim for like higher than that, but you're gonna drive like 100 clicks. If the assumed conversion rate is like 2%, you're gonna get like 20 purchases. For $50 product, I believe this is like reasonable. So the cost per click here will be like around $1. And the cost per purchase will go for like 50, right? So you're gonna get 20 purchases. You're gonna spend $1,000 to get 20 purchases, and with a product price of 50, you're losing money. So you're losing money here. So the thing that you control here is your average order value. If people just spend $50 with you, you're not profitable. So how much do you need to spend to be profitable? For different businesses will be different. So is it 100? Is it 80? Is it 150? So maybe this is something that you need to figure out before running ads. And if your product is just 50 and your average order value for you needs to be 100 and you don't have other products, you're in trouble. So don't expect to spend like $1,000 and to be profitable from the get-go. So be realistic with yourself. CPM of like $10 in the United States is very highly unlikely to happen in 2025. I don't care the market you're in. Maybe if you have a net that goes viral, you'll be able to achieve it, but it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult. Now let's compare this to the ad inflation, right? Like let's say the CPM is $10, you're crushing it, your AOV at the moment is like 150, you're making a lot of money. However, boom, Facebook ads changes, advertising inflation, CPM becomes 15. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to receive 66,000 impressions. the assumed click rate will be like 1%. So you're gonna get 667 clicks. The assumed conversion rate is exactly the same, 2%. You're getting 13 purchases. The cost per click jumps from $1 to $1.50, and the cost per purchase becomes $76.92. So what AOV do you need to deliver to be profitable, right? What the AOV needs to be? Do you need AOV of like 200? Do you need more? So think about the AOV before running your ads. If you run the data, if you just like assume, like if you open your, let's say, Shopify or ClickFunnels or whatever you use, you have the real conversion rate. You can use your Facebook ads data to check out the CPM, to check out the CPC, and you can like analyze, and you can just like reverse engineer of what needs to be done to improve your AOV. However, I'm recording this video. It's gonna be much easier for you to run Facebook ads if you have AOV of like, let's say 300 in this case scenario, or like the higher the better. So AOV will make your Facebook ads life much better. You won't struggle with a lot of things. So think about AOV, reverse engineer your numbers, and set realistic goals. So when you do that, I suggest you do like the worst case scenario. I suggest you do the average scenario and the best case scenario. Like, try to look at everything, try to look at all the angles, all the things that could go wrong, but also try to see what needs to be done to, let's say, get to the best case scenario. For example, to get to the best case scenario in some of your cases would be like to increase your click-through rate from like 1% to 1.4%, and then you'll be able to save yourself. For some of you, an actionable step would be to increase your conversion rate, let's say from 2% to 2.4%, which is not easy. There is nothing easy in Facebook ads, but those like little tweaks will help you on the long term. So think about it. What can you do to increase your AOV by 50%? What can you do today, right? And I'm gonna give you like a very simple exercise. To do this simple exercise, you need a list of paper and a pen, and it's super simple, and you just ask a question. Before going to bed, just ask a question. How can I increase my AOV by 50%? Or how can I increase my conversion rate by 1.3%? Write it down, go to sleep, and tomorrow you'll have some ideas, I promise. Because that way, you're gonna make your subconscious brain think about it, right? This brings me to step number three, which is crucial. And I see this mistake that mainly in the SaaS businesses and the e-com businesses, sometimes online course businesses, but rarely, usually info business guys are more, let's say, aware of this. And this is step number three. Make messages that speak to your number one customer. And like, I'm gonna address this to like a lot of like people out there. Who is your best customer? Who is the customer that spends the most money with you? Who is the customer that spends like, that is like easier to work? And just make your message tailored to this person. So I'm gonna draw it here. Let's say my ideal client for my agency, let's say, is Brian. Let's say I'm just gonna write a human. Or let's say this is the perfect customer for it doesn't look that perfect, however, let's say that this guy is my perfect customer, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open my Stripe, my PayPal. I'm gonna see the person who spent the most money. So I'm gonna start from the very back end. I won't like dig into the data, but I'll just work with what I have. I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna open my Stripe, and I'm gonna see that this dude with the beard, this guy with the beard, spent like 5,000 in the last 3 months with me. If I'm e-commerce or whatever, and by working with him, it's just like super easy. I enjoy the work. So maybe I'm gonna see how I got this into my business. I'm gonna see the ad that got him. I'm gonna see the funnel that got him. I'm gonna see the message that got him. I'm gonna see the message, right? What did I told this guy? So they work with me. For some of you, this guy might be a referral. If you're an agency, this guy might be a referral. For some of you, you might have met this person on a conference, so you need to go to this conference again. For some of you, you might got this person through testing like different markets. So there might be something about the market you've been testing. But start at the very end. And work backwards and work forward. I'm not sure how to say it, but you know what I'm saying. You already have it within your business data, within your business intelligence. What you need to do is go and dig the data. So, and the question that you ask yourself is, how do I get more of these people? How do I get more of these people? And it happens through the message. Like 80% of the times is the message. You've done something right. Then you went on YouTube. You've been watching to like a lot of stupid Facebook ads gurus. They taught you some stuff. You decided to do like Advantage Plus shopping, and you're missing the fundamentals. And this is like extremely good fundamental. So use pictures, words, videos that show off how great your product is and why it matters to your number one customer. Go only for your number one customer, right? If you're talking to like your number one customer, you're gonna make a lot of people mad. Most likely, people who are not your ideal customer will be mad. Right? So think about it, right? Try different ads on different groups of people and see what works best. For example, if you have like many of these people, if you have 3 or 4, test them all. See what works. See what brings the most money. What's easier to do. So how do you exactly craft your message? How do you exactly know what to say, how to say it? You need to use your data. I cannot give you like one thing that's going to work extremely well. However, if nothing works, if you tested a lot of things and nothing works, if you struggle to like get decent CTR, decent click rate, go ugly. I made a video on YouTube about a new ugly strategy that is helping me scale my clients. So the video is called Why Ugly Facebook Ads Work Better in 2025. So make sure you go on my channel and find this video. It's 1 hour and 15 minutes, but I promise you it's going to be way worth your time. So watch it in order for you to make messages that speak to your number one customer avatar, because this is your way to increasing your AOV, and this is your way to getting more happy clients. Because if you get more happy clients, you're going to get more testimonials. Your life will be much easier as a business owner. At the very end, you're going to make a bunch of money, and everybody will be happy. Right? And this is the third step, right? But the third step will be like very difficult to implement if you don't have the next thing. And the next thing is spend wisely based on data. Data is everything in Facebook ads. Right now, I understand that a lot of people are struggling with data. We have difficulties with the iOS 14 update. We have difficulties like tracking our ads. We need to implement copy. We need to implement the Facebook pixel. So it's very difficult to say what works. But try to analyze your data. Try to analyze your data not only based on like 1 day window. Try to do like 7-day window. Try to do 30-day window. Try to compare your data from this year to the past year. And if I have to be honest with you, if you cannot say what was your best ad, what was your best targeting, what was your best campaign, you don't know from where to start, because chances are you might have something that's working, but you're not using it. You're not using this business asset, right? A big chunk of running Facebook ads right now in 2025 is finding something that works, and scaling it. When I go on YouTube, or even on Reddit Facebook ads, I see a lot of people talking about creative testing, right? Creative testing. A lot of people talk about like Advantage Plus. However, if you cannot identify what's working, you won't be able to scale it, because like 80% of your Facebook ads job is to find what's working. And once you find what's working, scale that to the moon. So scaling is how you make the money. So basically, test ads that work, find ads that are winning, put more money into the ads that are working, and cut back the ones that aren't working. So this is decisions that you need to make based on data. A lot of people will say, I test 200-300 ads per month. However, for like most of the people watching this video, this won't be like achievable, because to test like 100 ads, you need to create 100 ads. To create 100 ads, you need to have like 100 ad copies, maybe like 100 different headlines, 100 images, 100 videos. To produce the content for the ads takes a lot of time. And by the way, if you wanna learn how to create ads quickly, ads that scale, watch the video I shared earlier, Why Ugly Facebook Ads Work Better in 2025. So don't overtest. If you have something that works, scale it. If you have something that works based on the data that you see within your Facebook ads dashboard, just run with it and make a bunch of money, right? And this brings me to like step number 5. And step number 5 has a lot to do with like the data. So I talk about use data. So what data should you use? What should you take a look when you open your Facebook ads and you have these numbers? CPM, impression, cost per click, cost per 1,000 people reach, frequency. You have all these different numbers. However, most of those numbers, they don't matter. So use your kind of like last goal, your end goal, and optimize based on that. So for example, your end goal, if you're in like high ticket lead generation, will be like clients who have money to afford your high ticket. So basically it's return on ad spend. If you're using like, let's say, lead generation campaigns, if you're running like lead forms, use return on ad spend on the leads. You're putting money on leads. However, you need purchases. You need sales to stay in business. You need money. This is how you stay in business, right? So always improve based on ROAS, return on ad spend. Right now, earlier in this video, I talked about that tracking Facebook ads becomes much more difficult. I know people, if you use like a custom built platform or if you use Shopify, a lot of people are struggling because right now you need to integrate the pixel, you need to integrate the copy. So just by integrating the copy and the pixel, you're going to get better results. However, you need to have like a very good implementation. And in order for you to read like the Facebook ads data, sometimes you need to invest into third-party tracking tools. You can go for like triple whale. So you can just research what will be the best option for your platform. Something is happening. I cannot type, so let me change the language. So you can invest into triple whale. For example, this is a software that will allow you to track your purchases. You can invest in redtrack.io, I think it was the website. So this will just give you a better overview of how much money you're spending and how much money you're taking back. Of course, you always have the Facebook ads dashboard. So as I said, your end goal, return on ad spend, should be your end goal. You optimize, you make decision on the return on ad spend. However, I'm going to give you also some secondary goals that will help you run your ads. Better. The first thing is like the first metric will be number of results, and results will be purchases, leads, booked calls, etc. Right? How many purchases are you getting? How many leads are you getting? How many booked calls are you getting? This will be like 99% of the people. The next secondary data point will be the cost per result. How much does it cost you to acquire a purchase, to acquire a lead, to book a call on Facebook ads? You need to know that. Because once you open your Facebook ads, and let's say you can afford $50 per lead or $50 per purchase, and you see $150 per purchase, then you know something's wrong, and you need to do something about it, right? Another metric is the CPM. Is gonna tell you like the advertising cost. Is it cheaper? Is it more expensive? What's happening? Because sometimes there are periods when the CPM is higher. For example, during Black Friday time, CPM is higher. Why CPM is higher? Because a lot of people advertise. The more people advertise, the higher the CPM. CPM was higher when we had the election, because both political parties throw campaigns in the United States, and just this drives the advertising up. CPM will be higher if, let's say, your ads are not great. If you have like poor quality ads. So by improving your ad quality, your CPM will become lower. I'm not sure how it works. I'm not sure why it works, but this is it. So if you want to reduce the CPM, try to create better ads. Another metric is the CPC. How much does it cost people to click on your ads? And this is CPC, cost per link click, right? For example, if you open your Facebook dashboard and if you see 2023 CPC was like 11 cents and right now it's like $11, you have a problem. You have a problem with something and you need to fix it. And the answers are in this video. The next thing is the CTR. How many people are clicking on your ads? The higher the CTR, the better. So 1%, I showed examples of 1%, but you can just like play with different case scenarios and you can see what's going to happen if you just like double your CTR. You're just basically going to double your money. And this will happen through like, you're going to improve your CTR through targeting better in Facebook ads, creating better ad copy, creating better ad creative. And this is it. Those are the tools that you can use within the Facebook ads to increase CTR. So CTR tells us a lot if our product is desirable at first place, if our creative is desirable, if the audience actually wants what we need. So getting a decent CTR will become more and more difficult. And I'm going to explain why in a second. And this brings me to a step number 6, which is crucial, which will give you like a lot of like ideas on what to do in the future. Of course, it's not easy, but it's about building a long-term brand. If you build a long-term brand, you're gonna have an audience, people who know your product, people who are familiar, people who trust you. So the CPMs will be lower, the CPC will be lower, the CTR will be higher, and the money you're gonna make will be a lot more. And I'm just gonna give you like this scenario, right? Imagine you have a e-commerce store and you have to sell this ball. And this is the best ball in the world, the best football or soccer ball in the world. It has all the benefits, it has all the features. People die for this ball. So basically, you have the best product ever created, the best ball, the best soccer ball in the world, right? So you have like all the product advantages out there to sell the ball. However, imagine that you have to compete with Cristiano Ronaldo, who's gonna sell more balls, soccer balls. And to make things even, we're gonna get like the worst soccer ball ever. So Cristiano Ronaldo has the worst soccer ball. So both soccer balls are priced exactly at the same price. For example, 99. So Cristiano Ronaldo ball is 99 and your ball is 99. Who's gonna sell more balls? Do you think you're gonna compete with Cristiano Ronaldo and sell more balls? You have no chance. Cristiano Ronaldo will smoke you because he has a brand related to football, right? And this is just the power of the brand. You can have like a huge advertising budget, and all Cristiano Ronaldo needs to do, he needs to like go on his like Instagram, right? And oh my god, this guy has 650 millions, and all he needs to do is just like share his story, and he needs to like buy this ball, and he needs to share the link, and he's gonna make a bunch of sales, and he's gonna completely crush it with no advertising budget, right? So he's gonna have like zero budget, Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's gonna make a ton of money. And for you to make the same amount of money, you need to have like extremely high budget, and maybe because you have a good product, you're gonna have like a decent return. But this is the power of the brand. This is the power of the brand. So if you want to dropship without building a brand on Facebook ads, or if you want to run an affiliate offer on Facebook ads, I don't say it's impossible to be successful, but without a long-term brand, you're gonna be weeded out. So advertising is good. It's good to run ads. It's cool. However, you need to also focus on organic marketing and start building a long-term brand, because who is selling the product, as you saw in my example, is extremely, extremely important. For example, that's why Nike will sell more shoes than any Temu sneakers, right? So on Temu, they're like amazing, amazing sneakers. For example, these sneakers look, let's say, exactly the same to Air Force One. However, Air Force One will like smoke them because Nike is a well-known brand. Nike is a well-known brand. So how do you build a brand? There are like many ways you can go about it. Is building a brand easy? No, it's not easy, but I believe it's like one of the biggest things you could have today to improve your Facebook ads data. So it is simple as that. It is simple as that. Now, if you wanna escape the advertising inflation, those are the steps. Those are the steps. Some of you might need like to implement a few things. Some of you might to do something completely entirely. But to drive the point home, to make this crystal clear, advertising will keep on rising and rising and rising. No matter what you do, no matter how good you are, no matter how amazing products you have, CPM will increase in the future. Why CPM? Why advertising cost will increase? Because right now, if you open Instagram, if you open like YouTube, there are so many people who are gonna get into like business, into like online business, digital products, e-com, drop shipping. This number will go up and up and up. And the people who open businesses, people who have products and services to sell them, they'll need a tool to sell them. And the tool that has been most effective, in my opinion, is Facebook ads. Facebook ads are the best, one of the best. Facebook ads is the best advertising platform out there, period. I know Google ads are decent. I know some people are making like Pinterest ads, but nothing comes as close as Facebook ads. Mark Zuckerberg really created one of the best advertising tools out there. So if you learn how to use it, if you learn how to leverage it in your advantage, I believe you can beat the advertising inflation, right? And I know there are other gurus who will say you need Advantage Plus campaign, you need manual campaign, you need this creative, you need that creative. Overall, you can win temporarily. However, if you wanna win on the long term, this is what you need to do. The first step will be to understand your product's place in the market. Extremely important. The second step would be to set realistic goals for your ads. You need to know what's the cost per goal. I'm profitable. Can I spend 50 per purchase? Can I spend 100 per purchase? You need to be completely honest with yourself, because the days where you get $11 per lead won't happen, right? I remember a few years ago, I went to the store, and for like $25, $50, I was getting like a lot of food for the week. I was getting like bread, eggs, meat. However, yesterday I went to the store, and with the same amount of money, it just got me like 1 kilo of like red peppers and like some cheese. And those are the times right now. There is inflation outside the Facebook Ads Manager, but there is inflation inside the Facebook Ads Manager. I'm not sure why it works that way. I'm not sure why it happens to us, but this is just the reality. The third step would be to make messages that speak to your number one customer soulmate. You need to look at it as a soulmate, right? Your customer soulmate. I could do the heart emoji. Yeah, so think about it. Think about this person. Think, how can you craft this message? And if you want like more help on this, if you believe this is your main milestone that you need to overcome, watch my video, Why Ugly Facebook Ads Work Better in 2025. In this video, I'm going to give you the details. I'm going to give you the step-by-step fundamentals of how to create ads that have all the traits and all the feature to get you attention, to get you engagement, to get you clicks, and to end up in conversion. So watch this video, extremely, extremely important right after you're done here. Step number 4 will be spend wisely on data. Spend wisely on data. Make decisions not about opinions. Make decisions not about what ads work in the Facebook ads library. Make decisions not about what Alex Hormozi said on his videos. If you run a business, you should have the data. So open your business intelligence, open your Stripe, open your WordPress admin, open your Shopify, and see what worked for you, how did it work, what clients it got you, and how to replicate it. So reverse engineer. Step number 5, use your end goal as a feedback to improve. Improve based on return on ad spend. Improve based on how much money you're putting into ads and how much money you're getting back. There are like a lot of metrics that you could pay attention to, but those metrics are useless if you don't understand how your return on ad spend works. Extremely, extremely important. And step number 6, and I believe if I could pick like just 2 steps to implement tomorrow, this will be step number 3. Create messages that speak to your number 1 customer, and you're going to do that by watching the ugly ads work better in 2025 video, or build a long-term brand. So whatever you do right now, you should have the idea of building a long-term brand. I'm going to share with you how I'm building the long-term brand for my business, right? I run an agency. I help people manage Facebook ads, and also do like YouTube ads, Google ads, etc. But this channel is based on Facebook ads. So I choose YouTube as my main marketing platform. A lot of people will say you need like multiple platforms. The more platforms you have, let me open my channel. So this is my channel. Make sure you go to my channel. Make sure you subscribe. But I chose YouTube as my main marketing platform. I'm building a brand there. So as you can see, I have 958 videos, 2.13 people follow me, which is not a lot, but it is a start. So where should you start? What platforms should you develop? For some of you, the answer might be Twitter. For some of you, the answer might be YouTube. For some of you, the answer might be blogging, Pinterest, etc. So different businesses have different goals and have different needs. So the way you should view your marketing, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I'm gonna really simplify it for you. You have paid marketing efforts, right? Paid marketing channels, and the paid marketing channels are, let's say, ads. If you do like shouts out, if you pay somebody to create content for you, so those will be like the paid marketing efforts. However, you also have organic marketing efforts, and organic marketing methods, like it's a combination of both, but they also help you build your brand. Organic are, let's say, blogging. You can do a blog. Let's say vlogging. You can start like making videos, documenting your daily life. You can do YouTube. You can do Twitter. You can do Instagram. You can do like Reels. You can do Shorts. There's so much you can do. But at the very end of the day, you need to ask yourself, what will be the platform that will have the biggest return on ad spend? So think about it. It's not an easy decision because doing organic content takes effort as well. On the paid ads, to run paid ads, right, you need a bunch of stuff. You need maybe like copywriter, maybe you need a designer, video editor, you need a media buyer, but also on the organic type, maybe you need writers, you need video editors, maybe you need like cameramen, you need gear to record. So basically those things are very like, they complement each other. However, if you have a chance to invest into like building a brand organically, do it. A lot of people do it. That's why I'm on YouTube. That's why I do it. So this is the reality. This is something I wanted to talk about today. If you need help with your Facebook ads, you can reach out to me on Instagram. My name is Niko n.Velikov. I believe you're gonna find me. Let me do this real professional thing. To book a call with me one-on-one, you can go to my website, nikovelikov.com. My Instagram is n.Velikov, and you can also email me. Right now, to be honest with you, I don't have like a lot of availability to take new clients. I'm just like super busy. I'm a dad. I recently became a father. So yeah, if you believe you have like a business that has like a lot of potential, I can do a lot to scale it. I've scaled like SaaS companies, online course companies. I've scaled e-coms. E-coms are the easiest to scale. The hardest to scale are SaaS companies because you need to do a lot about the message. And this is just the reality that e-commerce guys don't want to face. So if you want to become like a hardcore marketer, you go into SaaS. That's why all the billionaires are coming from SaaS. Amazon, I'm not sure if it's like e-commerce / SaaS. So they have both. They're developing their products, but they also have the platform. We have Airbnb, which is a software as a service. We have Facebook. We have Instagram. We have Twitter. We have PayPal, Elon Musk. We have Stripe. So there are like a lot of millionaires coming from those platforms. those SaaS businesses. So it depends on what you want to do with your life. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you watch the video I made about ugly ads on Facebook. I believe it will really help you. And yeah, I think it's about time to end this stream right now. Let me end it. End broadcast.